Hello, I'm Michael Topham, technical writer for Digital Photo. In this Photoshop Made Easy video lesson, we're going to take a look at how we can add our own signature onto our own work with one simple click. And after we've run through that technique, we'll take a look and experiment with some keyline borders and show you how they can be used to polish up your presentation. Signatures are a great way of marking up your own work, and many artists have been doing it for numerous years, and we don't think that photographers should be left out. Adding your personal stamp onto one of your images makes it stand out from everybody else's, and people can distinguish your work more easily. The technique that we're going to use involves saving a signature as a brush, so you'll be able to go back into the brush preset picker over and over to pick it out any time and apply it onto any image. Let's get into the technique and learn how to add a personal signature. The best way for you to get your signature onto your screen is to scribble it out on a clean piece of white paper and then scan it in at 300 ppi or take a high quality shot on your digital camera. It's more than likely that your signature will look a little washed out to begin with, but you can change that with your levels, so just go in and press Ctrl and L to hit your levels and then move your white and black point sliders inwards, and you'll see how that paper soon becomes a true white and the signature a pure black. We need to select the whole of this signature, and the best way of doing this is by using the rectangular marquee tool from the toolbox. Just double check that your feather is set to 0 and your mode is set to normal, and then just drag a rectangular box over the top of this signature. Once you've got those marching ants around your signature, just go up to Edit and then down to Define Brush from Selection. This brush name dialog box soon pops up onto your screen, and we're just going to type in a name of my signature and then hit OK. You have now saved the signature as a brush in your brush presets, so you can close down your signature file and open up that image that you want to add the signature onto. Go across into your toolbox and pick out the brush, or equally you could go in for the shortcut and press B on the keyboard, and then go up into the options bar and find your signature. And because it's the most recently saved brush preset, you'll find it right at the bottom of the list. If you just hover your mouse over the top of the brush, it will tell you that that's your signature, and just double click that to select it. Just hovering the cursor over the image shows the outline of the signature, but if it's looking a little large or a little too small, readjust the size of it with the square bracket keys, and you can see that my signature is a little large at the moment, so I'm just going to press my left square bracket key just to reduce the size. You'll also need to check that the colour of your signature is correct, and just go over and set your foreground colour, and if you want to use a colour from the image, just use the colour picker to pick out a colour. But I'm quite happy with white, so I'm just going to choose white, click OK, and then all I'm going to do is just click once to apply that signature on that slightly darker area in the image. If you happen to make a mistake with your placement of your signature, just hit Ctrl and Z on the keyboard to take one step back, and then why not just give it another try. So just go back into your brush, make sure that you've got the correct size, make sure again that you've got the correct colour, position it up nice and closely, and then just one single click applies the signature. This impressive text effect has only taken us a couple of minutes to apply, but it's added a new personalised dimension to the image. The best thing about saving the signature as a brush in the brush presets means that it will always be there to use at any time on any image. So why not give it a try and see how easy it is for yourself. Let's now move on and focus our attention on the presentation technique that's all to do with keyline borders. A keyline border is really easy to apply to an image, yet it's incredibly effective. An image which is presented with a keyline border stands out much more. It's more polished and more professional looking. We will have total control over the thickness of our keyline in this technique, so you can choose whether you want to use a thin or a thicker line on your image. The stroke command that we're going to be using to create our keyline border is available in both Elements and Photoshop, and it only takes a minute or two to add, so let's get into it and let's show you this technique on how it's done. Open up the image that you want to add a crisp keyline to, and then just move the image over towards the left hand side so that it's out of the way. Just go up to File in the menu bar, down to New and across to Blank File. You can choose the size of the paper under the size, but I'm going to go for a very simple size of A4, and then just check my dimensions which are correct. My resolution needs to be set to 300, my colour mode to RGB colour, and my background contents to white. Once you've inputted all these, just go up and hit OK. just rearrange this new document alongside your image. So I'm just going to move it slightly towards the right. I'm just going to decrease the size very slightly by pressing Ctrl and minus on the keyboard. I'm just going to line it up next to my image. Go into the toolbox and select the Move tool, and then hold down Shift key on your keyboard and drag the photograph into your newly created blank document. Holding down the Shift key means that as you drag your image across into this new document, it's going to be perfectly positioned on the page. As soon as you have your image in your new canvas, you can close down the image file and bring that new document a little bit more central. Make sure that you can see your layers palette clearly on the right hand side of your screen. And we're looking to create a new layer, so I'm just going to go up to Layer, down to New, and click on New Layer. To rename this new layer, just double click on the text where it says Layer 2, and I'm just going to type in here Border, and just hit Enter to apply that new name. Make sure that this border layer is still selected and highlighted, and then hold down Control on the keyboard and click on the Layer 1 thumbnail picture to bring up the marching ants around the image. We now need to apply the stroke, so go up to Edit and then scroll down until you get to Stroke Outline Selection. Just give that a single click. Go for a stroke size and a width of around 12 pixels, which is around the average keyline size. But if you'd like a larger keyline, choose a keyline of around 15 to 20 pixels. Click the colour box to change the colour of your keyline, but I'm going to go for black, so I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom left hand corner and click OK. Hit OK and that keyline border will be added around the outside of the image. Just hit Ctrl and D to deselect those marching ants, and then press Ctrl and plus to zoom in and check out that new keyline that you've just added around the whole of the edge of the image. To see the difference with and without this keyline border, just click on the border layer visibility eye icon just to the left of the layer, and we can really see how this keyline border is containing the image on the page much more effectively, and it gives a creative and arty look that would normally be achieved by placing an image in a frame with a window mount. You can experiment to your heart's content, and why not try giving thicker and thinner borders a go and see which work most effectively on your images. You could even try creating several of these borders on different layers if you're feeling adventurous, but for the purist, the clean white and black keylines tend to be the most popular. I hope you've enjoyed watching these two video lessons, and hopefully they will inspire you to give both techniques a go for yourself, just to see how easy it really is. Don't forget to upload any of your stunning images with these creative arty effects onto our online website gallery. Just head to www.photoanswers.co.uk. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.